to Mexico immediately, where at least 5 people, including 2 children, have been killed after a massive earthquake measuring 8.1 to the Richter scale jolted the country. A tsunami alert has been sounded in Mexico. The quake shook off the buildings in the capital city of Mexico, triggering chaos among civilians, forcing them to rush out to the streets. A non-governmental Israeli aid agency has prepared to fly to Mexico with high-tech gear for searching for people trapped under rubble following the massive earthquake that struck the entire region. According to the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, the epicenter was 123 kilometers southwest of the town of Chiapas, at the depth of 33 kilometers. Tsunami alert has been issued in 8 countries in Central America. Mexico's Civil Protection Agency says it's the strongest earthquake to hit the country since a devastating 1985 tremor that toppled buildings and killed thousands of citizens. And I'm joined on this story live from the newsroom from my colleague Aisha Sindhu. So Aisha, the situation is getting more and more worrying. What are the latest updates that you've been tracking?
Yes, Daniele, so the earthquake struck in the middle of the night, so a lot of people were caught off guard. There were also a number of tourists in the region in hotels. In fact, we've had access to some amateur videos shot by people who were awake at the time that the earthquake struck. So there was a bit of pandemonium, and the other problem was the issuing of that tsunami alert. However, the first tsunami wave that has hit the coast of Mexico hasn't been too high, but it's only up to, we'll have to wait and watch and see how exactly the situation develops further. But as of now, the sad news is that 5 people have indeed died on account of that earthquake. That includes 2 young children.
We are calling it tsunami for a reason, Aisha. You said that the first wave is not too high. If I'm not wrong, is 0.7 meters or 2.3 feet. So why are we calling it tsunami? Is there a reason behind it?
There is, Daniele, it basically depends on the kind of ripple effect that's caused by an earthquake that strikes off a coast. In this case, it was about 100 kilometers off the western coast of Mexico. The epicenter was 33 kilometers within, deep into the ocean when it struck. So it really depends on the kind of ripple effect that the earthquake forms thereafter. Now, the first wave that was caused by that earthquake, as you mentioned, is not too high, but again, whether there'll be more tremors during the day, which is often the case when there is an earthquake of the scale like the one that has struck Mexico. 8.1 on the Richter scale is fairly high on in terms of the worry scale. So, which is why there was an alert issued for 8 countries, including Mexico. Remember, this is the part of Mexico that borders Belize and as well as Guatemala. So, a number of countries in the region might also be affected by the ripple effect going forward.